My name is Emma Harper, and I'm 32, born and raised in Charleston, South Carolina, where the scent of magnolias lingers and history whispers through cobblestone streets. Our family's legacy, Harper's Haven, a sprawling antique shop nestled among Charleston's historic district, was my pride. Its mahogany shelves held relics of the past, vases, clocks, letters, each a story my parents, Margaret and Thomas, taught me to cherish. My older brother, Lucas, 3 years my senior, was the charismatic one. His easy grin winning over customers while I, reserved and meticulous, managed the books. When our parents died in a boating accident 10 years ago, I was 22. Lucas 25. I threw myself into preserving Harper's Haven, believing Lucas and I were a team. I was wrong. Lucas was my hero, until he shattered everything. My trust, our legacy, and the love I held dear. Jameson Reed, a restorer with steady hands and a quiet strength. We met at the shop, restoring a 19th century locket, our love growing over late-night talks. We planned a life together, a ring on my finger by last spring. But Lucas had secrets, masked by his charm. It began subtly. Rare antiques vanished, $15,000 drained from the shop's account, Mom's emerald brooch missing. Lucas shrugged. Probably misplaced, Em. I trusted him, even when I saw the brooch on his girlfriend, Clara Vaughn, at a gala, her smile sharp as a blade. The blow came a month before my wedding. Returning early from a supplier meeting, I heard Clara's laugh from Lucas's office above the shop. I climbed the stairs, heart pounding, and opened the door. Lucas and Clara, entangled on his desk, my engagement ring on her finger. Emma! Lucas scrambled, pulling a shirt on. Clara smirked, unashamed. It's not what? I shouted, tears burning. You're with her, wearing my ring. Jameson, entering behind me, froze. She said you ended it, he stammered, eyes on Lucas. Ended it? I turned to Lucas. You told him that? I was saving him, Lucas said, voice low. You were too focused on the shop. Get out, I said, cold as stone. Both of you. Jameson left, whispering apologies. Clara sneered. I love him, Emma. Lucas followed her, silent. I canceled the wedding, burned the invitations, my heart in pieces. Then the shop's safe was emptied. $30,000 gone. Lucas disappeared, leaving a note. I needed a fresh start. Forgive me. Clara was gone too, their apartment cleared. The police found no leads. Harper's Haven teetered on bankruptcy, my trust in ruins. A letter arrived from Savannah in Lucas's scrawl. Check the attic, you'll see. In our parents' attic, above the shop, I found a locked chest with Dad's ledgers and a letter. Emma, if you're reading this, we're gone. Lucas isn't your brother by blood. We adopted him to protect him from his father, Henry Vaughn, a dangerous man tied to Charleston's underworld. The shop's yours. Keep him safe. Lucas, adopted? Henry, Clara's father, a criminal? The revelation broke me. I hired Sarah Klein, a private investigator and former detective, to find Lucas and Henry. She reported Lucas was in Savannah with Clara, living in a penthouse owned by Vaughn Enterprises, Henry's empire. They're running cons, Sarah said. Lucas charms, Clara steals. They targeted you. I drove to Savannah, confronting Lucas in a sleek condo. Why? I demanded. He looked away. Henry found me, told me I was adopted, said you stole my inheritance. Clara smirked. You're nothing, Emma. I held back tears. Jameson entered, confessing Henry paid him to leave me. Henry burst in, demanding Harper's Haven, claiming it was built with his money, showing forged documents accusing me of fraud. I bluffed. I have proof of your crimes. Lucas hesitated, Clara scoffed, and Henry left, vowing revenge. Back in Charleston, I found a deed in Henry's name, Mom's note calling it Lucas's legacy. Lucas sold it, repaying half the stolen funds. Henry died in a car crash, sabotaged brakes. Sarah suspected Jameson, who'd vanished. A package arrived with Poe's The Cask of Amontillado, a note inside. The walls close in. Ask Lucas about the crash. Lucas denied knowledge, but Jameson had called him, guilt-heavy. A shop break-in stole Dad's ledgers, replaced with a note. Meet me at Battery Park, midnight. V. I met Vincent Vaughn, Henry's brother, demanding the shop, claiming Henry funded it. Jameson appeared, shooting Vincent's arm, admitting he killed Henry to protect me. I grabbed the ledgers, Jameson fled. Vincent was arrested. The claim was invalid. Lucas and I rebuilt, opening Margaret's Haven, but a note from Jay warned, "The walls still stand." The notes persisted, tucked into deliveries, slipped under doors. The walls grow tighter, Emma. Sarah dug deeper, finding Henry's partner, Laura Tate, a con artist from the 80s. Lucas paled at her name. Another sister? A letter from Mom. Laura's daughter, hidden from Henry, is safe. Lucas is your brother by choice. Lucas wept. I brought this on us. A package with Austin's sense and sensibility held a note. Reason fails. King Street, 2 a.m. Sarah joined me. A woman approached. Isabel Tate, 30s, Lucas's eyes. I'm Laura's daughter, she said, demanding half the shop, showing a $60,000 transfer from Laura to my parents. I let her work at the shop, taking 25%. But notes continued. You trusted the snake. Jay. Sarah traced a burner phone to a Charleston motel. I found Jameson, gun in hand. I killed Henry, shot Vincent for you, he said. Isabel's with Vincent. At the shop, Isabel held a knife to Lucas's throat, Vincent beside her. She's my sister, Henry's child, Vincent said. Jameson fired a warning shot. I swung a candlestick. Police arrested them. Isabel and Vincent were Henry's children, their documents forged. Jameson confessed to Henry's murder. Lucas and I opened Thomas's Haven, finding Laura's diary denying another child. A lie to protect Lucas. A new note in Dostoevsky's The Brothers Karamazov. Guilt binds us. The attic holds more. T. I found a box with Laura's letters demanding Henry's money and a photo of Laura with a girl, Sophie Tate. Sarah confirmed Sophie owned a gallery. At Tate's gallery, Sophie demanded the shop, showing a recording of Dad pleading with Laura. At Folly Beach, Laura appeared, alive, demanding half. Jameson shot Laura, wounding her, and was arrested with Sophie. The recording cleared my parents. Lucas and I opened Ellen's Haven, Mom's journal revealing Henry caused their crash. A note, the bonds never break. S hinted at Sophie or a new threat. The note signed S was a shard in my heart. Sophie's name, or another's, haunting my nights. Harper's Haven, Margaret's Haven, Thomas's Haven, and Ellen's Haven stood strong. Their shelves gleaming with antiques, their walls echoing our survival. Lucas, married to a teacher, Anna, found fragile peace. His guilt heavy despite therapy. I fortified our defenses, bulletproof glass, a guard named Tom, and panic buttons. The vault beneath Thomas's Haven held Laura's diary, Dad's ledgers, and $150,000, Henry's blood money. But the notes kept coming. The bonds choke, Emma. You'll break. S. I called Sarah, handing over the latest note. Sophie's in prison, I said. Who's S? Sarah's eyes darkened. Henry's fixer, Simon Wells, 60s, handled forgeries. Laura's tape mentioned a safe deposit box at Charleston Trust Bank with her secrets. Simon might want it. Find him, I said, pulse racing. Lucas overheard, holding Anna's hand. Emma, we're building a life. Can we stop? I hugged him, no words left. The shops were our heart, but their roots were poisoned. A package at Ellen's Haven. A Warren Melville's Billy Budd, note inside, Justice drowns. Check the cellar. See? The cellar beneath our family home was a damp maze, untouched since childhood. With Tom, I found a locked chest, Henry's initials carved deep. Inside, a ledger, Photos and a letter from Catherine Wells, 1995. Emma, Lucas, if you find this, I'm gone. Henry killed my sister, Mary Wells, for betraying his network. This ledger names his allies, cops, a judge, Eleanor Price. I hid $250,000 in the shop's basement. Expose them or burn it. Eleanor Price? Lucas gasped. A prominent judge, retired, tied to Henry's deals. The photos showed Henry with Eleanor passing cash and Mary, bound at the docks. The ledger listed $80,000 to Eleanor 1994 for silence. My hands shook. This is bigger than Henry, I told Lucas. Sarah accessed Henry's safe deposit box at Coastal Bank, finding a tape. Henry's voice. If I'm dead, Eleanor's in charge. She's got my files, every deal, every hit. Catherine's hunting me. Documents confirmed Eleanor's role. Sarah warned, Eleanor's untouchable, but Catherine's alive, alias Celia Reed, a librarian. I found Catherine at a Charleston library, her eyes like Mary's. Emma, she said, you found my note. You're C, I said. Why hide? Henry's network lives, she said. Eleanor ordered your parents' crash, not Henry. She wanted Lucas. I have proof, recordings in my car. Battery Park, 1 a.m. I told Sarah and Lucas, who begged me not to go. Battery Park's oaks loomed, waves crashing. Catherine appeared, but so did Eleanor Price, 70s, steely, with 2 armed men. Emma, she said, you're relentless. You killed my parents, I said, clutching Catherine's USB. Henry's plan, she said. I perfected it. The shops are mine, Laura's money, my cut. Catherine lunged, I swung my candlestick, Sarah fired warnings. Eleanor fled, her men subdued. Catherine's files named Eleanor's allies, a senator, a DA. The FBI raided, Eleanor vanished, a warrant out. The shops thrived, but a note in Dickens's Our Mutual Friend warned, debts linger, the bonds hold. E. Sarah traced Eleanor to a Savannah safe house, empty, with a photo of Lucas, red X. I hired Tom full-time, guarding Lucas and Anna. In the shop's basement, I found $250,000 in Laura's tape. I didn't die. Henry faked it, hid me. Eleanor knows I'm alive. Laura, in a Columbia nursing home, confirmed Eleanor's threat. I hid her in Margaret's Haven, Tom guarding. A note. The bonds never die. E. Eleanor's shadow loomed, a blade in my chest. The shop stood tall, Lucas and Anna expecting a child. I called Sarah. She's back. Sarah traced Eleanor to a Folly Beach cottage, empty, with a photo of Anna circled in red. I moved Lucas's family to a secure estate, Tom and guards watching. Laura gave a final clue. Eleanor's sister, Miriam Price, runs her finances hidden. Sarah found Miriam, a Charleston accountant, unaware of Eleanor's crimes. Emma, Miriam said. Eleanor's obsessed. She says your shops are her legacy. Miriam gave me Eleanor's burner phone. Sarah traced it to a Charleston dock. I went with Catherine, Tom, and Sarah. Lucas, safe. Eleanor stood, gun raised. Emma, she said. You brought my traitor. Miriam stepped forward. Stop, Eleanor. Eleanor fired, grazing Miriam. I swung my candlestick. Tom fired a warning. Police swarmed. Eleanor was cuffed, her empire dead. Miriam, wounded, joined us, seeking atonement with Laura. The shop stood strong. Lucas's child born. A girl, Margaret. A final package at Thomas's Haven. Dante's Purgatorio, note inside. Purgatory waits, Emma. M, Miriam, or another ghost. I locked it away. Candlestick close. Charleston's magnolias hiding thorns. Eleanor was gone, but I watched the shadows. My strength forged in betrayal's fire, ready for the next truth to rise. Additional 15,000 characters, approximately 2,500, 3,000 words. The note signed M was a splinter in my soul. Miriam's name, or another's, etched into my sleepless nights. Harper's Haven, Margaret's Haven, Thomas's Haven, and Ellen's Haven stood as beacons, their shelves gleaming with relics of the past, their walls echoing our hard-fought survival. Lucas, cradling baby Margaret, found a fragile peace with Anna, but his therapy sessions couldn't erase the guilt of his betrayal or the shadows of Henry's empire. I fortified our defenses further, cameras on every corner, reinforced vaults, and Tom, now a constant presence, his pistol a quiet reassurance. The vault beneath Ellen's Haven held Laura's diary, Catherine's files, Dad's ledgers, and $400,000, Henry's cursed fortune. But the notes kept coming, each a venomous taunt. The bonds burn, Emma. You'll break in the flames. I called Sarah Klein, my voice steady despite the dread coiling in my chest, handing over the latest note. Miriam's with us. Eleanor's in prison, I said. Who's Em now? Sarah's weathered face tightened. There's another shadow. Miles Norton, 50s, Henry's bookkeeper, a ghost in his network. He laundered millions, crafted false identities. Laura's tape hinted at another safe deposit box at Palmetto Bank with her final secrets. Miles could be after it. Find him, I said, my heart pounding like a drum. Lucas, holding Margaret in Thomas's Haven, overheard, his eyes hollow. Emma, we have a daughter now. Can't this end? I knelt beside him, touching Margaret's tiny hand. I'll keep you safe, I whispered. But the shops, our legacy, were built on lies, and I couldn't rest until every secret was exposed. A new package arrived at Margaret's Haven, slipped into a crate of antique books, a tattered Conrad's Lord Jim, its pages brittle, a note tucked inside. Honor sinks deep. The garden shed holds more. M. The shed behind our family home was a decaying relic, its wood warped by Charleston's humid air. Lucas refused to come, clutching Margaret. It's too dangerous, Emma, he said, voice breaking. I nodded, taking Tom and a crowbar, my candlestick tucked in my bag. The shed's door creaked as we forced it open, revealing cobwebs and rusted tools. Beneath a pile of moldy tarps, we found a locked box, Laura's initials carved into its surface. Tom pried it open, revealing a ledger, a stack of photos, and a key. The ledger listed payments from Henry to Miles Norton, $90,000 in 1996, marked for silence. The photos showed Laura, frail with a man. Miles, 40s then, sharp-eyed, cold. The key was labeled Palmetto Bank, Box 927. A letter from Laura, 1998, read, Emma, Lucas, if you find this, I'm alive, hidden by Henry. He faked my death to control me. This key opens Palmetto Bank, Box 927, with proof of Miles's crimes. Money laundering, forging my identity, your parents' crash. Miles knows I'm alive. He wants the shops. Run. Miles Norton, I muttered, hands trembling. He's M. Tom's jaw tightened. We need Sarah. I called her, sending photos of the ledger and letter. Check Palmetto Bank, Box 927. Find Miles. Lucas, when I told him, held Margaret tighter. Laura's alive, but we're still hunted, he whispered. Why us? Because we're the bonds, I said, echoing Catherine's words. We hold or we break. Sarah reported, Box 927 needs Laura's key and a password. Heritage. Miles was spotted in Charleston, running a pawn shop, Norton's Trade, a front for his laundering. He's tied to Eleanor's escape. Maybe her new M. I drove to Palmetto Bank with Laura, her frail frame hidden in a shawl, her eyes burning with defiance. The clerk opened Box 927, a USB drive, a notebook, and a faded photo. The USB held recordings, Miles's voice conspiring with Eleanor. Frame Laura, crash the Harper's boat, take the shops. The notebook detailed Miles's schemes, forged deeds, offshore accounts, even Lucas's adoption papers. The photo showed Miles with Eleanor, 1996, outside Harper's Haven, plotting. Laura whispered, Miles laundered Henry's money through my name. He's as ruthless as Eleanor. I hid Laura back in the safe house. Tom guarding and gave Sarah the USB. Leak it to the FBI, I said. Find Miles. Sarah traced him to Norton's Trade on East Bay Street, its windows shuttered. I went with Tom, candlestick and knife ready, Lucas begging me to stay. The pawn shop reeked of oil and deceit, shelves lined with trinkets hiding lies. Miles emerged, lean, 50s, with a scar across his brow, gun in hand. Emma Harper, he said, voice smooth as venom. You're digging your grave. You're M, I said, gripping my candlestick. You forged Laura's death, helped Eleanor kill my parents. He smirked. Eleanor's dream. Your shops, Laura's money, my schemes. Hand over the USB or Margaret pays. I laughed, shaky. It's with the FBI. You're done. His scar twitched. Then you die. He fired, the bullet grazing my shoulder. I dove behind a counter, candlestick swinging, cracking his wrist. He stumbled, cursing. Tom tackled him, but a new figure appeared. Miriam Price, Eleanor's sister, 60s, eyes wild, holding a dagger. Emma, you destroyed Eleanor, she screamed, lunging. I dodged. Tom fired a warning shot and Sarah burst in, cuffing Miles. Miriam froze, dropping the dagger, tears falling. I didn't want this, she said. Eleanor made me send the notes. Police swarmed, Miles and Miriam arrested. My shoulder bled, but I refused the hospital, needing answers. Miriam confessed. Eleanor's in Charleston, hiding in a warehouse on Meeting Street. She trained me to keep you scared. Sarah raided the warehouse, finding Eleanor's hideout, empty, but with a laptop detailing her plans. Seized the shops, frame Lucas for embezzlement, kidnap Margaret. A photo showed Margaret's crib, a red X. My heart stopped. I moved Lucas, Anna, and Margaret to a fortified safe house in the Low Country, Tom and 3 guards watching. Laura, in the safe house, gave a new clue. Eleanor's working with a detective, Robert Kane, on her payroll. He's her eyes in Charleston. Sarah confirmed Kane's corruption, $100,000 from Eleanor, traced to a Cayman account. I confronted Kane at the precinct, his badge glinting. Emma, he said, smirking, you're out of your league. You're Eleanor's pawn, I said, holding a recorder, Sarah hidden nearby. I've got her laptop, your payments. His smirk faded. Walk away or Lucas's family suffers. I played the recorder, Eleanor's voice, naming Kane. He lunged, Sarah tackled him, police arresting their own. Kane got 7 years, Eleanor's network crumbling further. But Eleanor was still a ghost. A new note arrived at Harper's Haven in a Hardy's Jude the Obscure. Fate crushes all. The marsh holds more. E. The marsh. Sullivan's Island, where Laura once hid. I went with Sarah, Tom, and Catherine, leaving Lucas safe. The marsh was eerie, fog thick, reeds whispering. We found a shack, Eleanor's initials carved on the door. Inside a box, a tape, photos, and a letter from Eleanor. Emma, you can't win. The shops are mine. I've got one last card. Laura's brother, Daniel Tate, hidden since birth. He's coming for you. Laura's brother? I gasped. Laura, in the safe house, wept when I showed her. I never told you, she said. Daniel, born 1990, given up to protect him from Henry. Eleanor found him, turned him against me. Sarah traced Daniel, 35, a bartender in Charleston, alias Daniel Cole. I found him at a dive bar, his eyes like Lucas's, unaware of his past. Daniel, I said, I'm Emma, Lucas's sister. Eleanor's using you. He dropped a glass, shaking. She said you stole my family's legacy. I sent some notes. He was me for Eleanor. Help us, I said. He nodded, giving me Eleanor's latest burner phone number. Sarah traced it to a Sullivan's Island pier. I went with Daniel, Catherine, Tom, and Sarah. Lucas safe. Eleanor stood, gun raised. Emma, she said, you brought my pawn. Daniel stepped forward. I'm done, Eleanor. She fired, grazing his arm. I swung my candlestick. Tom fired a warning. Police swarmed. Eleanor was cuffed, her empire dead. Daniel, wounded, joined us, seeking redemption with Laura. The shop stood tall, Margaret giggling. Laura frail but free. A new package arrived at Ellen's Haven. Bronte's Wuthering Heights, a note inside. Vengeance haunts Emma. D. Daniel? Or another ghost? I locked it away. Candlestick close. Charleston's magnolias hiding thorns. Eleanor was gone. But I watched the shadows, my strength forged in betrayal's fire, ready for the next truth to claw free. But the note signed D was a fresh wound. Daniel's name, or another's, burning in my mind. I couldn't shake the fear that the cycle wasn't over. Harper's Haven, Margaret's Haven, Thomas's Haven, and Ellen's Haven were my fortress, their antiques gleaming under Charleston's golden light. But each creak of their floors felt like a warning. Lucas and Anna, now settled with Margaret, tried to rebuild, but Lucas's eyes carried the weight of his past betrayals. I doubled the guards. Tom now led a team of 4, all ex-military, their vigilance my only comfort. The vault beneath Margaret's Haven held Laura's tape, Daniel's confession, and $500,000. Henry's tainted legacy, growing heavier with each discovery. I called Sarah, handing over the D note. Daniel's with us, I said. Who's this? Sarah's voice was grim. There's another player, Dorothy Lane, 50s, Henry's lawyer, a shadow in his deals. She drafted his contracts, hid his crimes. Laura's diary mentioned a final safe deposit box at Low Country Bank, with proof of Dorothy's role. She might be D. Find her, I said, my pulse a relentless drum. Lucas, holding Margaret. Overheard. Emma, we're a family now. Please stop this. I hugged him, whispering, I have to protect us. The shops were our soul, but their secrets were a noose. A package arrived at Thomas's Haven. A leather-bound Hawthorne's The Scarlet Letter. A note inside. Sin stains all. The attic holds more. D. The attic where this nightmare began loomed like a tomb. With Tom and Sarah, I climbed its creaking stairs, finding a rusted safe. Henry's initials etched deep. Inside, a ledger, photos, and a letter from Dorothy Lane, 1999. Emma, Lucas, if you find this, I'm gone. Henry killed my cousin Ellen Lane for exposing his network. This ledger names Dorothy's allies, politicians, a detective, Clara Morse. I hid $300,000 in the shop's vault. Expose them or burn it. Clara Morse? I gasped. A city councilwoman, powerful, tied to Henry's empire. The photos showed Dorothy with Clara Morse exchanging briefcases and Ellen bound at the river. The ledger listed $120,000 to Clara, 1997, for loyalty. My hands shook. This is bigger than Eleanor, I told Sarah. Sarah accessed Low Country Bank's safe deposit box, finding a tape. Dorothy's voice. If I'm dead, Clara Morse runs it. She's got my files. Every deal. Every murder. Emma's hunting me. Documents confirmed Clara's role. Sarah warned, Clara's untouchable, but Dorothy's alive. Alias Diane Cole, a realtor. I found Dorothy at a Charleston real estate office, her eyes sharp. Emma, she said. You found my note. You're a D, I said. Why hide? Clara Morse's network lives, she said. She ordered Ellen's death, not Henry. I have proof, recordings, in my safe. King Street, midnight. I told Sarah and Lucas, who begged me not to go. King Street was quiet, gas lamps flickering. Dorothy appeared, but so did Clara Morse, 60s, polished, with 2 armed guards. Emma, she said, you're stubborn. You killed Ellen Lane, I said, clutching Dorothy's USB. Henry's mess, she said. I cleaned it. The shops are mine. Laura's money, my share. Dorothy lunged. I swung my candlestick. Sarah fired warnings. Clara fled, her guards subdued. Dorothy's files named Clara's allies, a mayor, a banker. The FBI raided, Clara vanished, a warrant out. The shops thrived, but a note in Elliot's Middlemarch warned, "Choices bind, Emma. The bonds hunt. See." Sarah traced Clara to a Georgetown safe house, empty, with a photo of Margaret, red X. I moved Lucas's family to a new safe house. Tom and guards vigilant. Laura gave a final clue. Clara's daughter, Lillian Morse, 30, hidden. She's the new C. Sarah found Lillian, a Charleston florist, unaware of her mother's crimes. "Emma," Lillian said, "Mom's obsessed. She says your shops are her birthright." Lillian gave me Clara's burner phone. Sarah traced it to a Charleston pier. I went with Dorothy, Tom, Sarah, and Lillian, Lucas safe. Clara stood, gun raised. "Emma," she said, "you brought my air." Lillian stepped forward. "Stop, Mom." Clara fired, grazing Lillian. I swung my candlestick. Tom fired a warning. Police swarmed. Clara was cuffed, her empire dead. Lillian, wounded, joined us, seeking redemption with Laura. The shop stood tall. Margaret's laughter alight, Laura frail but free. A final package at Ellen's Haven, Shakespeare's King Lear. A note. "Madness waits, Emma." L. Lillian? Or another ghost? I locked it away, candlestick close. Charleston's magnolias hiding thorns. Clara was gone. But I watched the shadows, my strength forged in betrayal's fire, ready for the next truth to claw free.